Big story coming in. US President Donald Trump has lashed out at the European Union and on the North Atlantic Treaty Organization countries. He's lashing out at his alliance partners. He's telling them to stop buying oil from Russia in this ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. Talking to reporters, Donald Trump said that the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has to make peace deal with the Russian counterpart, the Russian President Vladimir Putin, and Europe needs to stop buying oil from Russia for that to happen. So far, the pressure was on India to stop buying oil from Russia. But India made it very clear that Europe buys more gas from Russia than India does. China buys more oil than India. And yet, there are no sanctions either on the European Union or on China. These additional 25% tariffs have only been imposed on India. I'll get you more on that story, but let's quickly listen in to US President Donald Trump.
Here's the problem. You know the problem. They're purchasing Russian oil. I don't want them purchasing Russian oil, and they've got to stop immediately. It's not fair to us. They're purchasing Russian oil, and we have to, do things. Now, the nice part, it doesn't cost us anything anymore. You know that. Yeah. They are buying everything from us, unlike Biden, who gave away $350 billion. We actually make money, but I don't want to make money. You know what I want? I want that war to stop, because last week, 7,018 people got killed. Thank you.
So let's try and read between the lines. India Today's Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan now joins me for more on this. Geeta, usually the devil lies in the detail. Is Donald Trump telling EU and NATO to stop buying just Russian oil, or should it be read as Russian oil and gas? Because EU is the biggest buyer of Russian gas. So stop both oil and gas or only oil?
Well, whether it's oil and gas or only oil, this is a very desperate US president, Gaurav, because we first saw the US president pressurizing European Union and pressurizing European Union to act against India and China, in particular India. European Union came out and they've been very clear. They're in talks with India. There was a trade delegation that was here. They're not sanctioning India. Then he went on to pressurize G7 countries. Not much move when it comes to the G7 as well, except for some of the companies being sanctioned, Chinese companies, but that had to do with technology and semiconductor chips, than Russian oil. And then comes NATO, asking NATO to pressurize or sanction China, India. He did not name India, but he said countries that import Russian oil, quite clearly targeting India once again. And NATO countries, member states, have great ties with India. They've also not paid heed to the calls made by President Trump. So whether it's oil or whether it's gas, the fact of the matter is that nobody's really listening to the US president. He does, in a way, want to end the war. He does want to engage Russia, but on the other hand, he's continuing to punish those countries that are engaging Russia or who in the past helped Russia out and will continue to engage Russia. So the ball is actually in Washington's court. It is what President Trump wants to make of things and how he wants to move forward when it comes to engaging various countries. Look, it is also coming at a time when he's cutting a deal with China. In all probability, there'll be a leadership level conversation that will happen between Xi Jinping and President Trump. So he's being selective, and the selective outrage everybody's reading into and knows is not going to get much headway because of the importance of India and the importance India holds for many of these European countries and NATO member states.